welcome back to the channel. So some time ago I did a book haul for Folio Society editions. I didn't have many then and it was quite early on in my channel's life. I have picked up quite a few since, so I thought I'd just go through and do kind of a summary of what I managed to pick up, how much it kind of cost me. I'll go through one that's already been on the channel for a review, and that's The Prisoner of Zenda. I picked this up for about £5 or £6, but I'll just show off again these beautiful end papers in this one. This was a really nice edition. I had to have this one sent from the US though, so it was a little bit harder to find. One that you'll see all the time is this one here, Best After Dinner Stories. It's a collection of kind of shorter works and stuff, and there's, you know, some nice illustrations and stuff throughout it. It's only cost me £3. In fact, all of these ones coming up will only cost me £3 or less than $4, including we've got Richard III here. It's got a nice cover here. I've taken all of the slip sleeves off these to save time. Some of these aren't in great condition. I've got the Red Badge of Courage here. Now, not all of these have the best kind of illustrations, or some of them just have kind of like photos and stuff like that, but they tend to have some kind of bells and whistles on the Folio Society editions. Another one that was only £3 is A Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man. And let's see if we can find out. Here we go. It's a nice illustration on the cover there. Next, also for £3 or $4, Far From the Madding Crowd, which I also have in paperback. One that I would really be interested in reading. Wuthering Heights, which I have in an anthology but not as a solo edition. And finally, for £3, Vanity Fair, which is in the best condition, this copy of Vanity Fair. And the illustrations aren't the best, but, you know, in its slipcase, it's still quite a nice edition to have. Next up, I have Lark Rise. This one cost me £5. And now into the ones that I'm really excited about, ones that cost me a few more pounds there. So for £12 or just under $15, I got the Scarlet Pimpernel. I really like this edition with the guillotine there and the kind of, you know, the French flag and stuff. And this is a book that I'm really excited to read. It has some fantastic like artwork where they've kind of made collage, pictures out of a collage. It's quite nice. One series I have been reading on the channel is Poirot, Agatha Christie's Poirot, and I've got a reading list that leads up to and including Poirot Christmas, which is in this, the Christmas stories. This one cost me quite a bit. It cost me about £15 or about $18, $19. Now, not all of these stories I'll necessarily read, but there is some really good ones. If you like Christmas stories, if you need something for Christmas, this is quite a nice edition. One of my favourite books ever. Is it still my favourite book? I'm not sure. It would need to have a reread, but George Orwell's 1984. This one cost me £16. It is a little bit of a more expensive edition. This can fetch, you know, north of £50 for sure. The most expensive one I brought, though, this time round was this beautiful edition of The Last Man by Mary Shelley. This is a book that's going to be covered in Michael K. Vaughan's Roger's Cheap Old Book Club, and one I need to pick up. And I thought, what better way than in a Folio Society edition. It was £22 or $25-ish, so it wasn't cheap, but it was worth getting. I also got some Folio Society for free. Someone in my area was giving this away because it was too big. It's The History of the Modern World in Folio Society, so that was absolutely free. And as you probably know, not all these slipcase editions are necessarily from Folio Society. This one is a series I wanted to pick up and read. It cost me £20, but it was one I was interested in getting, and it does go for quite a bit of money. And it's the Millennium Trilogy. This is, you know, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, etc. And this can fetch, you know, anywhere from like £40 up to about £100 in good condition. This one's a little worn, but it is a nice edition of the trilogy to get, and I didn't own any of the books already. So that's everything I picked up this time around as far as Folio Society or slipcases go. Let me know, do you like Folio Society, or do you prefer, you know, Eastern Press or another one of those kind of special editions? And if so, what have you picked up recently?